So I mean, I am an advocate for decentralization. I mean, major advocate. I mean, when it comes to decentralization, I refuse to do partisanship. Yes. Because I feel that this country, until we go full decentralized, we are not going to get to where we are seeking to get to. We won't. And you can go and check and read around. Each of the countries that we aspire to be like are countries that are fully decentralized. And their development are not anchored on central government. These countries' development are anchored on their counties and the municipalities and whatever you. That is how the democracy that we are practicing is actually structured to be. And that's why when you look at our 1992 constitution, it's clear, it's there. It says, we will become full, we would attain full democracy when we are fully decentralized. Right. And so until we are fully decentralized, we cannot even say that we have arrived. Yeah. But it's as if we're beginning to see elections as the only measure of what democracy is. And that's what we are seeing, what we are seeing. You don't expect that when it comes to issues of street vendors, issues of where market women will stay, issues of how buildings will be done, and the codes, enforcement of the codes and all of that should be done or even guided by central government. It would never work. And I mean, I have had the opportunity to learn a few lessons because I've been a local government practitioner. Right. I tell you what, this country, we are only being hypocritical with our decentralization. And it has nothing to do with NDC and PP. We are pretending. The central government never want to get the district assemblies fully functional. Why? It is only when they are there that they want it functional until they come to the center. I have seen it severally. I've had situations where I've seen ministers who were once DCs complaining and crying about these things that Council Sweeney talks about in terms of giving resources to this assembly, only for them to become deputy ministers and also want to hold on to it. Go to our ministries and you'll be amazed. Resources that are being brought into the country, even with our development partners, for projects at the district level, drainage systems, markets, and all of that, social, are being implemented from Accra. And $100 million will be brought into the country for, let's say, a drainage system, and you see them commit 60 million of it to feasibility and consultancies. And then it's in Accra. Then the real value, the real money that will go to the district is about 800,000, 700,000. And then when you put it together, the actual money that went into implementation is like 20%. So we are really pretending. And until we admit that the real, you see, it's not for nothing that our constitution is structured in that way. Our constitution is structured in a way that when you get the money at the center, if it's 1 billion, we have 261 districts. Let everybody receive their share. It's equity, not equal. So use an equity system, population, size, need to distribute. I mean, I disagree with council even if he applauds President Mahama for the 80%. It should be 100%. Districts should receive what the law says they should receive. When you get your taxes, the percentage that the law says give to them, as you have passed in parliament, give it all to them.
That means you don't like the concept of the common fund?
No, it's not like I don't. I mean, somebody must administer the fund. You understand? Finance ministry receives all the taxes. Yeah. And they say a certain percentage should go to the district. Of course, it's not bad when somebody receives that percentage of the district and does the disbursement. What I don't like is the idea that central government can still decide that I'm holding on to 20%, 30%, 40%, and that it goes to parliament for a certain formula. Which formula? Parliament doesn't have to approve any formula for the district. The district are supposed to receive their money, as the law says, give them 5%, 5.5% of total revenue. Distribute it to them based on a certain equity, population, size, need, and what have you. When it gets to the district is its own government. They have their own assembly, which is supposed to be their own legislature. They have their own presiding member, which is supposed to be their speaker. They pass their own budget. They develop their own annual action plans. They have their own medium-term development plans. We are not allowing them. So when I see the mayors, and I've been there before.
Yeah.
I pity them because what they are doing is nothing. It won't get anywhere. How many days can you be on the street watching over these women?
This mayor says it's not an idea.
Oh, but he's not the first person saying it. He doesn't even have the resources to even keep people on the street and keep moving the women away. You don't have that resource.
Yeah.
You don't even have it. You don't have it. How much money are you receiving?
Right.
See, let me tell you, Accra Metropolitan Assembly, 90% of their resource goes into waste management. 90%.
There's this thing I've been preaching every morning on the show, monetizing the indiscipline. So maybe he can generate the resources from there.
But all these things can be done when you allow the district to be the district. See, there was a time I had a situation, and I'll tell you, where telecom companies come to the district. I'm trying to take not give pointers. So telecom companies come into the district. They are coming to lay fiber optic cables.
Right.
Then you know what they do? They go to the ministries, finance, local government, go and do their own skirmishes there, drop some money there, and then when they come to the district, they bring a letter and say that we have waivers from the Ministry of Finance and Ministry of Local Government to come and lay.
Yeah.
They did that to every district. When they go to my district in UK, I said, no, you can't pass. That's for my district. Our district assembly has passed the fees and charges for these things. This is how much you are supposed to pay. So I have a waiver. I said, well, the Ministry of Finance or local government is not Equiapem North.
Right.
Equiapem North has passed its laws. I have to go to the assembly back to go and get some waiver from the assembly. Otherwise, I have a responsibility as a district chief executive to take it from you. It took 4 months. They were not willing to pay. Until finally they come, I go and seize their things. They will call the minister will call me and say, minister, this thing, their own work. Back and forth before they came to pay. The amount of money they paid managed to build a school in Adoso. And so, but for this insistence, this money would have gone, to whatever. So the district assembly concept as we're supposed to have it, we don't. And one of the reasons is appointment from central government. Yeah. Because the only way the ministers can pick a phone and call us and tell us what to do is because they sit with cabinet.
Exactly.
And they sit with the president. And if you don't listen, they will go and gossip. They will go and gossip. Yeah. The next day,
you're asked to go.
And you see they are closer to the president. You are far away in Bongo district. They are saying something about you in Accra. And you know that one of the things about being an MC or DCA is that if you don't have ears in Accra, you don't sleep.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what is coming. I think that we need to all admit as a country that since 1992, what the Constitution says we should do with our local governance system, we haven't really done it. It is time for us to sit down, non-partisan, build consensus and do it. Let's elect MMDCs. Let the presidents get their hands off this appointment. Let MMDCs be accountable to their people. Let them be afraid not to live up to expectation of their people. See, if I'm a friend to the president, I can go to sleep without doing anything in my district. Because no matter what you do, no matter the noise, you can't do anything to me. But when I know that I need to account to the people, they would have to vote for me. I would have to go back to them and all of that. I will set up. I think that election of MMDCs is long overdue. I think that fiscal decentralization is long overdue. What are we afraid of? See, there's a bill that has been pending, the local governance finance bill, that is going to allow local government district assemblies and MMDCs to be able to go out there and raise resources based on their capacity and develop their district. And everybody is afraid. Go to the Ministry of Finance, they are afraid. When it comes, I say, no, this one is going to it can cause problem for central government. For Christ's sake, when a district assembly has a financial relationship with a third party, it has nothing to do with central government.
Yeah.
Because the law is clear. They are semi-autonomous institutions. They can get properties and assets on their own, dispose it off on their own. You can sue them. Yeah. They can sue you. They go into an agreement with you and the liabilities are on them.
Yeah.
So if you are supposed to give me the district assembly Adenta a loan, and the law is clear that when you give me a loan, it is me and it's not central government, what are you afraid of? Yeah. If I run into debt, my people should hold me responsible. That is why the district assembly is there. You understand what I'm saying? So we need to, until then, flooding, congestion in our markets is getting nowhere.
Poor sanitation.
The issues that you see, local government minister, Greater Accra regional minister, that's why regional ministry, it's time for us to even disband it. Yes, it's one of the reasons why we are not allowing the district assemblies to function. The district is autonomous.
You should do away with
no, but what can a regional minister do to the district chief executive, even in the current situation, but for political persuasion? Nothing. There is nowhere in the law, nothing. It only says coordinate and supervise. Supervise what? When the district assembly sits and make laws, the regional minister cannot unmake the law, the bylaws. You cannot unmake it. You and your DC cannot unmake those bylaws by the district assembly. So what are you doing? It is just a political bottleneck to create more confusion at the local level. And that is why we have the situation. Yeah. Somebody will call you and say, you know, this house that you are telling them to not build, you know, it belongs to, you know, Hamza. And, you know, Hamza is one of our own. The way things are going, you have to be careful. You know, Hamza is very connected, you know, and all that. Hey, is it Hamza Suyini? Hey, the minister's brother. No. I beg you. The next time, the DC is the one protecting them to build. Go and see what's happening on the Bree Mountains.
Yeah. Engineer, I mean, on the decongestion and the congestion itself,